Let's talk about the big news this week.
Hashtag pissed.
Hashtag pissed.
I'm excited.
Disney and Fox. Disney. If you ever watched that movie, The Blob, where the giant monster just keeps sucking things up and getting bigger.
That has the coolest death of any horror movie scene ever.
That I have one to show you, by the way. I found one online, like
of the Blob,
the craziest death I've ever seen in a movie ever. I'll have to find it. It's from a Japanese horror movie.
The Blob sucks somebody.
Found it online.
It was on Instagram. Somebody posted on Instagram, and I had to see if it was real, and it is real.
The Blob sucks somebody down a drain, and it is very violent.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I know, but that's my favorite.
Yeah,
okay. My favorite.
So anyway, the point is Disney is the Blob in this situation, and it has now consumed up all of Fox properties, and your initial reaction is going to be, oh shit, that's great, because the Fantastic Four and X-Men, and you get to team up, and which in part of my soul, I also feel the same way.
Think of it. You're going to have the Fantastic Four, all the X-Men, all the Avengers, all coming in for
all
one group.
All the Avengers can be with my favorite X-Men and all
You're going to get a group smooch.
Yeah.
Yay!
You're going to get a group smooch from 20 people at once.
Yay!
Roxy, you said hashtag piss, so you want to go in the possible negatives of this situation?
For so many different reasons, this is not a good thing. This is only a good thing for one reason, and it's as a consumer when you want to see some of your favorite characters together. So are we going to get that? Yes.
We don't actually know.
Eventually.
It's possible.
I feel as if in some capacity, yes.
What we know so far is that like Deadpool and the rest of the X-Men slate that the movies they've already made are going to come out. Whatever happens after that, we don't know.
Yeah.
So that is good if you like that kind of thing. Why is this bad? Well, for many reasons. Number one, people are going to lose jobs. Mm-hmm. A lot of jobs.
Yeah.
And as somebody who likes to work in this industry, less jobs is not mo better.
No.
It's mo worse.
Yeah.
Just worse.
Yeah. When we have to.
It's a lot worse.
Competing for competition out here is already pretty rough.
Secondly, what this probably means is less films a year, because why would they want to compete with themselves, though?
Yeah.
So less movies for us to watch. Thirdly, as a huge TV junkie, and I've been thinking about this and nobody's really talking about this, but this is what I'm thinking about. You guys know I absolutely adore both Lucifer and Gotham, which are Fox shows.
Yeah.
But they are DC shows.
Yeah.
And right now, DC having shows on Fox is okay. But with Fox going to Disney and them having to pick and choose which of the scripted shows they're going to take, I feel as if there's no way they're going to be legally allowed to have DC shows.
On that note, will that channel still be labeled Fox?
It's
will it
weird.
still exist?
What happens to FX and
FXX?
FXX?
If we lose FX in this trade, it is not worth it.
So
no, that channel is like an Emmys just machine. It makes so much,
but it doesn't fit the Disney brand.
Good.
But it doesn't fit the Disney brand.
Disney does own a lot of stuff that doesn't exactly fit their brand to the T, and also it could be just a different subsidiary that has ties back to Disney that doesn't affect it.
It could, but so the first point about this was that I'm worried that my two shows are going to go away.
Yeah.
Which I think is a valid concern. And the second one is that FX is after HBO. And I love CW also. One of my favorite stations. I watch all the FX shows. I love FX.
There's so many good shows.
There's so many good, and FXX. So I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, and what you talked about going into the jobs thing, for example, Fox has its own animation division. I believe it's called Blue Sky or something like that.
Yeah.
What will they want to be making other animated movies? There's a possibility that they could sell off Blue Sky to another. I think the best version of this situation is they'd sell off Blue Sky to somebody that wants an animation studio. But I think a likely scenario is they just scuttle it, which we go back to lost jobs. You know what I mean? So now we have, and then do they change the lineup on Fox? Does Fox even exist, or do they move some of those shows over to ABC? Because ABC is the Disney-owned one.
And less importantly, how does this affect our theme parks? In what way?
Yeah, because Simpsons
what
is
are we
over.
Doing with
yeah, Simpsons is over at Universal. And then the other thing, like I put a tweet out about it. Like people are excited about like the Fantastic Four and X-Men, but like the Avengers haven't even teamed up with the Defenders. And like, well, the TV division and I get that. My point is that we don't always get what we want. So like you've seen things like
sometimes
you get what you need, but I don't think we're getting that either. But so Bob Iger was like, yeah, there might possibly be a place for R-rated Deadpool, and then everybody ran with it. Oh, Deadpool's going to be fine. It's not going to be touched. No, he said there's a lot of there are a lot of qualifiers ahead of it. So yeah, maybe you stop getting your R-rated Deadpool movies.
This
you know
is
what I mean?
weird, actually, because you brought up animation, so I just did a quick Google search. DreamWorks is a weird place because it used to be just Paramount, or it used to be just something else.
Yeah.
But now a lot of their properties, like Kung Fu Panda and a lot of their newer movies, are all 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, and so what happens?
That's a weird.
Because Disney won't want to be creating stuff that is competing with their own things.
Right.
So if they were able to sell off, like if there are possibilities of them selling off some of these components to other people, like if they sold off that animation studio to somebody that doesn't have another, maybe Netflix wants an animation. I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever the option is. Then that keeps the competition fresh, because that's how capitalism is supposed to work. They're supposed to be.
You can't monopolize on too many things, because then there is no competition, which means that the bar is incredibly low because you only have yourself to beat.
Yeah, exactly. And right
Which is a problem.
Disney owns, I think, 25% of basically the film market, movies that like at the box office of this year. Or no, I'm sorry. The article I was reading was talking about with this deal, based on percentages, on a bad year, they would own 25% of the box office market. On a good year, they'd own 50%.
Yeah, I got 40% from.
Yeah. So it's like and that
It's such a large percentage.
But hey,
these
are the negatives. These are a lot of negatives. But here's some good things. Think about this.
Do it up, Sam.
Louise from Bob's Burgers, now a Disney princess. Lisa Simpsons. Let's call her Smith. Lisa Simpson. She's now a Disney princess.
No, you have to be a princess to be a Disney princess. You can't just be Disney.
Get that?
It's a female lead in a movie, and that is the bonus that's the good thing I'm going to focus on in this.
Confused by you thinking that Lisa Simpson's a princess.
And also,
I'm sorry, is she not?
Also, you can't be a vegetarian and a princess. God. That's obviously why it's not true.
You're right. Also,
hey, there's just a negative storm here, and I'm trying to wave the seas in my boat of positivity.
Yeah.
Positivity.
Yeah,
that's your role. You're the positive one.
Okay, but seriously, there are some positives to it, and also I do understand the competitive aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it does lower the bar, but also it just got access to a bunch of new properties that Disney hasn't shied away from taking advantage of everything that it owns.
Yeah, but it also makes them fit the Disney brand. And so if you like everything that Disney puts out all the time...
Well, they never make mistakes, so I don't see what the problem... Yeah.
It's better,
it's not that they make mistakes, it's that it all feels the same.
It's better from a consumer perspective than it is from somebody working in this industry. I will give you that for sure. And as a fan, the parts that from the fandom might end up working out well, I'm excited for. But even as a consumer, there's a lot to look out for and be afraid of. So I think that overall, this is a lose win.
And the win is that the Xenomorph Queen is now a Disney princess. Disney princess, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Thank you.
That's a true statement.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people are freaking out. Like, well, they're not going to make Predator or Alien movies anymore. Like, listen, nobody was liking those movies anyway. That's fine.
No, there's a Predator movie coming out soon. But
again, that'll be done. And I'm excited about it too. Shane Black.
Who was freaking out about that?
On the internet.
DJ and his friends.
People. I am not. Even though I didn't hate Alien Covenant. Like, it's just nobody needs. Alien and Aliens are basically perfect. Predator's great. We're done. You did it. Mm-hmm. Good job. You did it. I don't know. The fanboy in me wants to be excited because I do want Fantastic Four over there. If they told me like, hey, we bought Fantastic Four and X-Men, and then other studios get to parse it out, rad.
I don't want to hear Fantastic Four come out of any studio's mouth for 5 more years.
But because of the last movie,
just shh, people.
I want a good one.
What if Netflix?
Can I?
Yeah, okay, I'd be okay with that.
Can I express something else
as
weird
a show?
that I don't?
As a show, yes.
That I don't think anybody else. I don't know if you guys have the answer for me. Is it weird to anybody else that Fox is like, yeah, we want to offload all our movies and TV shows, but not news and not sports?
Yeah, that's interesting.
There could be that they didn't. No one wanted it, and
I don't
think so.
That's not what the way to phrase it. Can I posit that? No, they just said they didn't, but it wasn't that nobody wanted it. It's that they weren't looking to sell it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so
I think that's how they think that they're going to make the most money is in non-scripted content, which is their sport and news division.
Is this me being a little too paranoid? It could it be trying to fit that Fox brand of like, oh, we're not liberal Hollywood. We just do sports and our Fox News. We sold all the liberal stuff to the liberals.
That would be so weird, though.
I think it's exactly what they're
it's
doing.
not.
I mean, it fits
really?
it fits their brand. It fits how they want to position themselves, and and Fox News is such a like a juggernaut
But
in
they're
that
also
arena.
the money making places for them that they're finding. You know, obviously, none of these divisions, none of these studios, none of these places do anything that isn't in their financial interest. So obviously, they're making this decision because they think financially it's the soundest decision. What was it? $75 billion?
It's a
something?
significant chunk of
the
change.
buyout was 54 billion, which the billion makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
It's 54 point. It was like 54.2, and that 0.2 sounds small, but that's still $200 million just tacked on at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's like how much I made last year, you know?
Oh, of course. Yeah, so this is
chump
hurts,
change.
but not
You
too
could have
bad.
bought. You could if you saved better. You could have bought Fox.
I wish I hadn't spent it all.
Yeah.
Hey, but it makes
On
sense,
those
man.
sweet Guardians of the Galaxy shirts.
Yeah, totally.
You just gave that money. You gave that money to Disney to buy Fox.
all the Oreos that I ate last year.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of Oreos. Oh my God.
If we
Do you think there are that many Oreos on the face of the earth?
There might not be enough supplies to make that
the
quantity of
Oreos.
Oreo. I would love it, though.
do we think we've explored this?
What I'm excited about is
What?
Wolverine smooching Iron Man. They're gonna be smooch each other in the sky, and they're gonna get one like little claw to the face, and he's like, "Oh,
You stop that.
senpai, no!" And then they kiss more, and that's what it's gonna be like.
No. Why?
Yeah.
Why won't you guys? I'm feisty today. Why don't you guys acknowledge my concern about Lucifer and Gotham?
I will not acknowledge your concern on Gotham. I'm sorry, but we've seen with these DC shows that dead is not dead.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's not there. And also, if you want to look
Lucifer will
at
get an animated
Do you think
CW
that-
siege.
Would
Of
Disney
course.
be able to even air these shows?
yeah, of course.
I think you raised the concern of me that will Fox Network just go away? Because why would you have ABC and Fox?
Yeah. I don't know.
Especially since Fox will exist as a brand, because you're going to want to distance that brand from Fox News
But I guess
and Fox Sports.
the reason would be the same. Why do you have Freeform and ABC or CW and the other one?
Well,
CBS?
then how do
Yeah.
you what do you rebrand Fox as, and what type of content does it air?
It
Oh,
could-
we didn't even talk about them.
You could change the
basically only
name.
Hulu now. They have a controlling stake in Hulu.
Which is pretty interesting. So I don't know what the other networks are going to do with their streaming services. Like Fox has Fox Now, but since they had a pretty big stake in Hulu, they
Yeah.
were kind of relying on that for a lot of their stuff. But
And now that goes to Disney.
that goes to Disney.
Disney has a control, which they might use as the launching point for their
Digital
streaming.
stuff,
Yeah, streaming
When it
platform.
comes to and maybe they move like the Netflix shows over there, but I don't think they could do that. But
Yeah.
those shows still exist. ABC and Disney are still willing to make adult content like that is risky and more it doesn't fit the brand of other shows.
And back in the day, they had Miramax and Touchstone, which they were willing to put R-rated films out on.
Do you think the person who made the English language made risky and risque close to each other?
Probably.
On purpose.
Interesting.
Sometimes they just made words more difficult for no reason.
Let us know in the comments down below.
Is risque even English?
Yes. No. Is it? Yes.
There's English letters in it.
Is it French?
Yeah.
Sam knows.
You haven't got me that far yet. I'm
Yeah.
only 50% through the language.
Very cool.
All honesty, for me, no, it is scary when you look at it from a business standpoint. If people are losing jobs, that fucking sucks. But then when Professor X smooches Magneto in the
Why are they all
Avengers mansion,
smooching? Why are you smooching them all?
Sam
Do you
thinks
kn-
about that a lot.
why wouldn't they be smooching? Like, what are we making the movies for if they're not smooching?